Didn't mean to wake you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your neighborhood stalker here. We're back at it. Good old CRJ-900 and all of its rear-ended glory. Gonna keep this one short and sweet. You got it. What's going on, man? Good old DF Dub. But we're about to fire this thing off here. I'm already already got the flight plan set and ready to go. Everything dialed in. We're just about to go. We're just about to go ahead and board and push back and get out of here. It's been a lot of weather moving through Dallas Fort Worth area here this morning, so not trying to spend a whole bunch of time here and making a little hour and change trip to Birmingham, Alabama. Bama. So should be fun. Should be fun. Hopefully. Alright, so it's waiting on bags, I think. GSX spawns them in all kinds of weird places, so it might be coming like from all the way across the airport. But lots of changes lately. 1.0.0.5 Charlie, I believe, is the latest revision of this thing, and poor guy, it seems like as soon as they fix one thing, something else breaks, which, I mean, I totally get it. So they're seems like they're working diligently and getting the software as stable as possible. And which, I mean, honestly, I kind of seen it coming. I knew they were going to get slandered. Everybody was just like, "Oh, when it's going to come out? It's vaporware and blah 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 blah." And I mean, I was just, yeah, I kind of had a feeling it wasn't ready just from some of the videos, and it's a great airplane. I mean, for an RJ, like I said, right now, this is what we got. This is the best we got right now. But as far as frustration free, if that makes sense, I guess, for a lack of better words, still has a little ways to go, but I mean, it'll get there. It's just like their Airbus series. It took a little bit to get everything ironed out, and honestly, I mean, you know, from when you look at it, I mean, from a different standpoint, I don't think I've really seen software yet that's been released that's just been like spot on. It's been close. It's been really close, but I haven't seen anything that was just like bam, perfect, like, you know, on point. So we'll give them some time, and they'll get everything together. They'll get everything together. Yesterday I was in P3, not P3D. I was trying to get in P3D because I wanted to do the freaking 717. Now I'm a little aggravated because I tried to get everything set up. I was about to go ahead and start the stream, and just when I was starting the engines, and I don't know if it was my bleed configurations or what. I mean, it went by the checklist, and hopefully nobody died, but went by the checklist and nothing. So I think whatever update we picked up via the add-on manager, I think it broke something. I think, and I've also been seeing similar reports as well regarding that. So looks like they're about done. Now I'm going to close that forward. exit. Then I'm also going to go ahead and pull the gate since we got passengers boarded. Come on, come on. There we go. Alrighty, so we got everything nice and buttoned down, I believe. Seatbelt signs are on. Emergency lights armed. Left pump and right pump on. Beacon light on. Alright, cool. Just making sure. Let's go ahead and pull all of our ground equipment. So we don't need the chocks and we don't need the ground power. Alright, let's go ahead and push back. Next. Point me to the left, please. So I believe we're going to be taking in 17 left. I think that's what the ADA said. Oh man. But yeah, people have already been jumping on the forums. It's like, oh, the fuel logic isn't accurate, blah blah blah. Dude, it's freaking $50. I mean, goodness gracious. I'm sure they're going to attempt to fix it, but you know, I would like my airplane to follow the programmed flight plan a little more than, you know, the left isolation valve or something doesn't open during the auto start process, or something weird back end stuff that you know, hardly ever pay attention to. I mean, if you're looking for a study level sim, this isn't it. But if you're looking for something just to kind of jump in and get going, you know, yeah, she's pretty, you know, she's decent. She'll show you some love. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not all the way, it's not a mature version of the software just yet, but I mean, still, you know, it's a heck of a lot better than most at this particular point. So I just had to throw that out there too, because I've been noticing that a lot. Alright, so clear on the right. Starting right. Mm-hmm. 20%. Like I said yesterday, got a new mic, so still getting it tuned up. If you notice anything weird, let me know in the comments or on the chat, and I'll get them lined out. So looks like I got number 2 lit, clear on the left. Starting left. 20%. Did you turn my gens off? Yeah, my gens are off. Alright, that's fine. Parking brake set. And view electric page. Looks like they're both putting out, so we'll go ahead and connect those. And make sure auto transfer is enabled. Okie dokie. And so it looks like we're good there. We don't want to burn too much fuel, so we'll go ahead and shut off the AP-izzle. Probes on. Windshield on. I should bump their volume up, but they get like excruciatingly loud. God, dampers on. I did notice, now that I've put several hours into the aircraft, I have noticed that the yaw dampers are a wee bit strong. Just a wee bit. Alright, looks like we're all set. Just gotta wait for this guy to let me go and not. Alright, good. Go ahead and hit my toggle button. Get that ready and set my heading selector to 180. I mean, we were taking off 17 left, but you know, 18, you know, it's about the same thing. So we'll go ahead and do 17. Go ahead and arm that, and we're ready to go. So, give her a little power. Get the heck up out of here. But yeah, so you know, I tried out X-Plane 11 again. I mean, I've had X-Plane 11 for like since it's been out, but I decided to try it again because you know, maybe I'm slow or whatever, but I've yet to fully wrap my head around the UI, and there's just a different way of doing things, just like Windows and Apple. So I struggled a little bit, and I haven't gotten my scenery all the way dialed down just yet. So whoops, sorry. Yeah, I haven't got my scenery all the way dialed down just yet in X-Plane. So I got to Las Vegas and there was just like a barren desert. Is this in the American CRJ-900? Yes, sir, you are correct. This is the American Eagle CRJ-900, which is operated. Mesa, I think, is the one that operates this type of equipment. So. She's in American Eagle colors, but you know, of course, which I think who else is hustling for American Endeavor? There's a couple other guys there, but yeah, this is a Mesa jet, Mesa 900, but yeah, it's operated by Mesa, American Eagle operated by Mesa. So where did I get it? Steve's Draw just released this like a couple of days ago. Actually, I think I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but I think Thursday. I think it released Thursday morning. It's on Aerosoft's website. Let's see here. There you go. Just copy and paste that, and that should give you what you're looking for. What PC would you recommend for graphics as good as mine? I mean, I've seen much better. Right now, I'm running a GTX 970, which she probably has about maybe 4 more months of life left in her, and then I'll probably retire her. But I mean, just get you a good 1070, 1060. I would say a minimum of an i5. I built this machine myself, so I can't recommend an actual manufacturer. Which, you know, there's Cyber Power and all those guys if you want the all-inclusive deal. But I just jumped on Micro Center and just pieced my rig together, and I haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, this one right here is a GTX 9, just a regular old 970, nothing special. Alrighty, so go ahead and make this left turn. A little power there. You know, you're flying an eagle and they tell hey. Roger, that gotcha. Alright, let's go ahead and let's go in here. Arm reversers. Go back and look at my numbers here, but I think takeoff trim should be around like 6.2 or 6.3, something like that. Yo, hey, what's going on, Riggs? How's it going, bud? I do short hops. Yeah, I tend to run short hops as well. I'm not a big long haul person. You will rarely, if ever, find me doing a long haul in anything, because, I mean, yeah. Probably the most you'll probably see me do is maybe 2 hours, depending. Maybe 2 hours. Hey Riggs, what's going on, buddy? All right. Go ahead and turn on our landing lights. We're not running VATSIM or anything today, so as I'm sure you probably picked that up already. So just gonna make sure we're all configured up. How much is P3D version 4? Gemini, but don't quote me on it, man, but I think it runs about 60 bucks, 59 and some change. Depending on what exchange rate you're in or whatever. Looks like we're all set. But I highly recommend it. It's pretty solid. Between them and X-Plane 11, between this and X-Plane 11, would probably be my go-to sims for right now. Alrighty, take off. Take our power set, engine, instruments and limits, airspeed's alive. 80 knots. Still getting used to this ginormous microphone in my face. Alright, V1, rotate, V2. How's rake? You're up. Alright, go ahead and start. Start working out flaps. Alright, drop her in climb mode there. I figured it'll be a little bumpy. And retrap my slats. I really need to find the key bindings for my heading bug. Alright, look for about 230. Yeah, super low ceilings in DFW right now, and lots of embedded CBs. So the only thing I'm kind of wasn't too fond of about this aircraft is the weather radar isn't all the way there. I'm not sure if they're going to add any more improvements on or not. I think they're pulling data straight off of straight from Active Sky, which is what most of them do. Just, I don't know, it just looks weird. Looks weird to me. Alright, so you're going to do is direct to and throw my nav mode right there. Trim her out a little bit. There we go. That's a little easier. Alright, go ahead and give it the auto for a minute. Check on the chat. Yeah, rigs, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I said, if you're coming here looking for a study level sim, it's not that. So please don't misunderstand what a lot of YouTubers are saying. This is a great aircraft, but you have to consider the fact that there is no other RJ for P3D right now, or FSX for that matter. I mean, you'll have the fill there, Embraer series, but I mean, let's just be real. She's getting a little dated. So, study level, no, this is not that. This is not that, but something to, you know, just out of enjoyment, something to jump in, fly around, give you the warm and fuzzies as if you're somewhat playing regional captain or whatever, then sure. Oh, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. But I mean, all in all, despite its, you know, quirks or bugs or whatever, it's solid. It's solid. I was going through the forums. Like I said, I was talking about this a little bit last night. I was going through the forums, and you know, some guy was like, you know, well, the fuel logic isn't quite right, blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, I mean, you know, I know $50 is a lot of money. I get it. You know, we're all, you know, we're all adults here, but I mean, it's $50. I mean, you know, think about it, like our FS Labs, the PMDGs. Think about how much you paid for that. You know, I know I do. I know I just don't. Does P3 have BMI? That is a good question, Gemini. You might have to jump on Google and Google that. Offhand, I haven't seen it. However, there might be free Orbx scenery. I know Orbx has their little free airport pack, and they do like a bunch of random airports and areas. So I'm not sure. Bravo Mike India might be one of them. So I will definitely check it out to see if Central Illinois is included in there. If it hasn't been put out yet, I'm pretty sure somebody's up from around that area and is working on it. Let's see. I'll do 280. I'll stick with 280 for right now. Now I would give you guys an exterior view, but we're still in the clouds now. And excuse my 2-year-old. Microphone's awesome, but it picks up. I mean, a mouse could fart and it would pick it up from the back room. It's kind of aggravating, but like I got my noise suppression. I mean, it's as high as I can get without cutting out my own voice. Like 3 hours to dial it in, and every time I'll hear something from the recording, I'm like, dang it, you know. All right, 18,000 feet past transition altitude, so 299 altimeter. There we go. And pay for 100 bucks. And then, yeah, the North American pack is free. Matter of fact, hold on. I can give you a link to the map if that helps. And, that's what I use if I'm wondering if I'm flying, especially if I'm in the CRJ and I'm trying to find, you know, little small outstations to go into. What I'll do, I'll check out Orbx and see if there's at least something there. I mean, I don't mind basic scenery, but it is kind of aggravating to land and there's like nothing there. There's not even a freaking terminal building there. So I get it. So yeah, check that map out. And I love these. Oh yeah, like the little short hops, like Baton Rouge or something like that. I mean, I'm from the South, so Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Alabama, places down there. Yeah, you know, super little 45-minute, 1-hour trips. Love them, love them. Like I said, I can't. I mean, I have the 747 and PMDG, both PMDGs, the 747, 777. Rarely use them. I think the first time I flew them was like yesterday. I did a little, and that was short in terms of the 777. I think I did like a little 500-mile trip, and I didn't even finish that because I mean, it's a great airplane. It does great things, but it's just the automation is, you know, you press a button and DFW to Moline. Yeah. And back in the know when if I'm on the X-plane, I'll normally run like a lot of Memphis-based trips. Back when Masaba was rolling pretty thick in there with Northwest Airlink colors. Oh, cool, awesome. Yeah, I'm around the North Dallas region, which I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that area. Frisco and Little Elm and all around there. DFW or Bloomington. Yeah, that's a good run. And I'll tell you guys another one too. You know, since Delta took over, bought up Northwest years ago, there's a lot of nice little regional runs coming out of Minneapolis. Like Bemidji, Sault Ste. Marie, Thunder Bay, Canada. I use kills my FE. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to fire up FX10 yesterday, and this just was not the same. I'm not sure what specs you're running, but to me it seems as if version 4 really takes advantage of what capabilities your machine does have. So you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, powerhouse or anything like that. If it's 64-bit and you got, you know, you got a little RAM and a decent processor and a decent card, you know, you can get by, you know, with, you know, your settings set up accordingly. But yeah, I know there are a couple things you can do in FXX to help alleviate some of your stresses, because I know it is stressful trying to get it lined out. It takes a little bit, that's for sure. But like as far as, let's see, 3 watching, they recorded. Let's see here. It kills at takeoff. I have a game PC. It has BMI. Oh, awesome, Gemini. That's a win, man. Let's see. Kills takeoff. I'm looking to get not rich shirt. Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's normal. Dimitri, that is normal. Especially on takeoff, because it's, you know, you're the high speeds and you're really close to the scenery, and yeah, it does take a toll on your machine. Like I said, I would highly recommend P3D version 4. I'm not going to sit here. Every sim has its pros and cons, but if you're still, you know, liking the ESP engine and, you know, the environment, P3D version 4 is definitely the way to go. Now, as far as the licensing and everything for Lockheed Martin, you know, I'll leave that between you and the good Lord. You know, I was also a student, so, you know, well, obviously I, you know, chose that route. But however you can get it. Definitely worth the buy. In my opinion. I mean, some people can't stand version 4, but, you know, I think that's because it's still new, so. So, but yeah, I mean, Aerosoft didn't do a bad job. I mean, it's pretty solid. You know, I know they did release a hot fix to try to fix some issues, and ended up breaking the tracking on flight plans. I just want to get, okay, you know, 14. And yes, I am Luis, and welcome. How's it going? Yeah, I'm using Active Sky and Active Sky Cloud Art, and I'm satisfied. I know everybody. I know they got REX and all those guys, and I've used them all. That combination makes me happy, but you know, it's not bad, not bad at all. No training. Yeah, Dimitri, I would like I said, grab it. Go and get you a copy. I think some of your performance related frustrations will ease a little bit. Now, I'm not saying go in there and just max every bloody thing out. Not saying that, but it will ease a little bit. You know, you'll notice things tend to run a little smoother. Woo! Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. You can hear me now. What about FTX Global? Also using it? Yes, sir. I am using Orbx FTX Global as well. Apologize for that. Babysitting and YouTube streaming are not good bedfellow. Just FYI. Are people going to make all this here? Jim and I, honestly, over time, I'm sure they're going to cover. They're going to cover a wide range of operators for the CRJ. You know, like I said, you know, she's brand new. She's brand new. They're still working out some kinks in the software, so I think eventually, a lot of painters are going to get in there and start pumping out some more liveries. Because a lot of these guys, they don't work for Aerosoft, I guess you can say. So a lot of them are just regular guys like us who just happen to have a talent of painting aircraft in flight sim. So like I said, this one here is by Stephen Draw, and I mean she's amazing. Ah, this is a PSA jet. Oh, good call, Jim. I didn't even see that. I know Mesa does operate some nines. I didn't even pay attention to. I didn't even pay attention to this one though. Are you flying in Europe? No, sir. I'm actually flying in the United States. But yeah, there've been some reports with the latest hotfix that there have been some problems with the nav tracking. If you look at mine's a little off, but compared to some of the screenshots I've seen, are nowhere near in severity. But I do agree that there is somewhat of an issue. But you know, like I said before at the start of the stream, I think what happened is in the attempt to fix something else broke, and so they're trying to, you know, make sense of everything. Operate PX and DFW. Yeah, yes, yeah, I do know they operate out of DFW, and PHX as well, because I know for a while they were on a ridiculous hiring spree back in the early 2000s in Phoenix. Super low minimums. Do you know how to update this plane? Is it just unfortunately, no. What's been happening is the hot fixes have been coming so quick, they're not even putting them in installers. So if you'll look here, let me see if I can pull it up real quick since we're let me see if I can pull it up. Somewhere. CRJ-7 and 9 hot fixes. If you check out the form there, right here, there you go, under hot fix. If you check out the forum there, what they'll do is, lately I've been seeing just like the regular DLL file. They also include instructions as well if you have problems navigating to get to it. But lately it's just been drag and drop the DLL file, the ASCRJ.dll, just drag and drop it in there, and there's your update. But I will say, make sure you back up your original DLL in case, you know, you run into similar issues other people have been having, like, you know, 1.0.0.4 happens to work better than 1.0.0.5 on your machine. So just be careful with that. So make sure you back them up. Okay, can you hear me? All right, cool. And where can we see which version we have installed? That, my friend, is indeed a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I know I myself, I've been kind of keeping up with it mentally, so I haven't actually looked, but I'm thinking probably what will happen is once they finally get a version number that's solid, they'll push an installer, and at that point you'll be able to look and see, okay, I got 1.0.5 or whichever flavor it may be. When they push out a legitimate installer, I'm assuming that's probably when they'll officially update the version number. But right now they're just trying to get it stable for everybody, so they're pumping out hot fix by hot fix by hot fix, and I mean it does get annoying, but you know, I mean, unfortunately that's just kind of the way it is, especially in software development. So I can't really be upset. The only thing, sometimes I can't help but wonder, with all the beta testing it had, I'm just like, you know, did some of the beta testers legitimately beta test, or, you know, hey, I actually had a flight from Charlotte to, that's awesome. That's pretty cool, Gemini. But yeah, sometimes I can't help but wonder if you know, not speaking for all the beta testers, but if the majority of the beta testers actually beta tested the aircraft, or if some of them just kind of grabbed it and just to say that, hey, I got CRJ or whatever. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, can't help but wonder, because there are, you know, like every version, I don't care if it's whatever, you know, software in general is, you know, you're going to have bugs. But there have been quite a few, so I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the whole scope of the beta program. I don't know how big it was. Don't know how many people were involved, but there were quite a few nuances that slipped by that you wouldn't think would slip by in a, you know, a decent beta program. Just saying, just throwing that out there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, decent airplane. I know also, you know, like I said, I'm a lurker in the forums. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm a lurker. You're not gonna see me post much in the forums. I lurk. So another thing I've been hearing about is like the sounds. The sounds aren't all the way quite there. I mean, I don't know about, you know, I don't know how many real world pilots are watching, but I know myself. I use active noise canceling headset, so I don't hear. I mean, if it's not ATC or somebody who's on the aircom, I don't hear them. So, but I mean, I understand what they're saying. I guess the only thing I compare it to is the Blue Sky sounds or whatever. The guys who did the sounds for J Roll-On CRJ-900, for those of you who also have X-Plane. But is it good enough? You sprung that question on me. Is it good enough? If you're okay with hot fixes, with frequent hot fixes, then yes. But if you're the type of person who you want to buy something and don't have to worry about patching on it or anything like that, or don't want to worry about multiple installers, I would say hold off a little bit until the software matures. I'm just going to put it out, put that out there. I'm not saying, based on my configuration, based on my system, I was able to download it even the night it released. Well, I say the night, but in Texas it was it was like 3, 4 in the morning. I was able to purchase it and actually do a full complete fight with version 1. I'm not saying that may be the similar situation for anyone else, but myself and others have been able to perform a flight and not have any issues. Nothing that would hinder the completion of a flight. I'll put it to you like that. But if you're someone you want to download it and be done with it, like I said, for to save you some frustration, I would suggest hold off. But if you're fine with it, and like I said, you guys see me now, I haven't had any CTDs or anything weird. You know, like I said, we're not all the way tracking the airway, but I mean, have you guys like, you know, tracked VOR radials? I mean, you're not going to be exactly spot on radial. I mean, that's, you know, those are some of the aircraft I've been in. You know, they're not going to be just super spot on. That's not to say that they can be. You know, I mean, I would like to kind of see that looked at. But does the CRJ manager work? It works for me. But the problem I see, is, okay, your CRJ manager and your little tablet here kind of do the same things. You can still go in and adjust a lot of settings. You can go in and, you know, change passengers and this and this and that. However, the CRJ manager takes it a step further. When you jump into the manager, you can actually tell, dictate whether the passengers are male or female, since, you know, we all know dispatching purposes, you know, children have different weights than adults do, but you can adjust male, female, child, and send those numbers into the CRJ. However, when you do that, it also updates these numbers as well. Now, my question is, and I'm sure this is probably something only Aerosoft can answer. Like the children weights, are those inputted in these numbers as well? I mean, do they reflect, you know, our ZFW there? Says please do instructions. I'm assuming they do. So when you plug in, if you use the CRJ manager, I will say they do offer like a little basic quick flight planner. So you can go in there, you can set up your cargo and stuff like that, and you can also input your distance, your cruise temperatures, stuff like that, and it'll give you like your CG. It'll also give you like your weights and stuff, and all your performance figures, and that does help, especially since, you know, Top Cat or anything like our other software haven't quite updated their stuff yet to have the 700 in there. So that does help. But yeah, I mean, for its intended purposes, it works pretty good. Please do read the instructions carefully. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's warranted. I'm sure they've gotten like numerous forum posts or whatnot about issues that have already been solved or issues that are in the manual. Let's go ahead and work that power back a little bit. I like to cruise at about 80% in one, but I've been running my mouth, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're doing like Mach 0.83 right now, so we'll go ahead and bring it down about 80% in one and let the airplane settle out right there. We should be good to go. But yeah, you know, I would suggest that as well. It's just from what I've been reading, Aerosoft's goal was to simulate daily operations of a CRJ. How do I add livery manager? Gemini, what I've been doing, I've been adding mine manually. I think what happened, they forgot to add a shortcut to livery manager. But if you go to your, what I do, I'll go to the CRJ manager, and then I will, hold on, I'm walking through it myself. I'll go to your start menu, and then I will right click on the CRJ manager, and I will select open file location. And when you go to the file location, it'll show you the root CRJ folder, and the livery manager lives there. But I haven't seen a a shortcut for it. So, but that's how you find it if you can't find it. And from what I've been reading, it's fairly straightforward. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, so but I'm assuming it looks at zip files, and you'll download your library on you'll download your library from their download section or whatever, and hit add, and I'm sure you just browse to it and it installs it for you. Basically, what you would do manually is what it does for you. So actually, let me open it up since while we're resting, let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what it looks like, and I might be able to provide some additional assistance. CRJ manager. So I'm going to open file location. I know you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. I'll try to be as descriptive as I can, unless OBS will like do something cool for me. And let's see here. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here you go. There you go. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, there's what I'm navigating to. So Lockheed Martin prepared 3D version 4 ecosystem, Aerosoft, and digital aviation. So once you get there, you'll see library managers right here. And I would just add a shortcut. If it's not there already, I know I didn't get one. So you can just like send to desktop, and it'll add your little easy peasy shortcut. And I'll bring you back to, there you go. But run as admin, and I think when you first started up, it asked you the root folder for your installation. Yes, baby. What's that? This controller. It'll show you like the root folder. You just navigate to your root folder and add library, and yeah, you just navigate to it, and it reads zip files. It's pretty easy, actually. I think I may start using it. All right, looks like she's settling out about Mach 0.76. I think we got a tailwind still too. I know we had one yesterday. It's rolling all that weather through. I think it's like a cold front or something. Rolling all that good old soggy weather through Texas. We need it though, I'm not gonna lie. It's been kind of warm here lately. I can't find the download to lay how. Do you know where it is? If you check, let's see. I see what you're saying. Okay, let me I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to search 1.0.0.5C. And let's see if we can find it. Yeah, I honestly think they just got taken by surprise, and right now they're just trying to throw out hot fixes, and Matthias is trying to do the same thing, and so let's see, where are you? Discussion and support. I don't know why they didn't pin that though. They definitely should have pinned it, because where is here it is. Well, why is that not coming up? Okay. Count. All right, here we go. Well, I found it. There you go, Luis. That should help you out there. It's a forum post, which refers you to another forum post, which contains 5 Charlie, so that should help you out a little bit. Pin. Yeah, I did too. It's just, makes things a little easier. While we're over here yapping though, I think what I'm going to do, since we're passing SQS, which is roughly around Memphis, I know we're about halfway there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out for flight, and I can't find my tablet, but that's okay. We'll just use airnav.com and locate the ILS freak for runway 24 in Birmingham, which I think my flight plan called for 36, but there's been some weather moving in through Birmingham, so we're going to shoot for 24, which is less favorable, but it's, yeah, I really like, using an ILS, and if I don't need it, then, you can always go visual. But yeah, I mean, she's not bad. And I mean, I don't even use this. It's, yeah. Which, that's kind of weird. I think we found a bug. Yay, we found a bug. Okay, did it update? Alright, it updated, I think. No, because it's reading like 15 degrees up. Yeah, it's... Hopefully they can get everything figured out, and it'll be a little more... It'll be a little better. I mean, I don't use the heads up anyway, so it really doesn't bother me. But it would be nice if that did work. So if you had to shoot a Cat 2 approach or something. Barcelona X LBL Spain. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Was that is that from Aerosoft or a different software vendor? Airnav.com and Kilo Bravo Hotel Mike. Just looking for the approach plate for 24. Alright, so 3,300. Where's the MOA? Alright. MSA is 3,700. Alright, alright, 09.5. So we'll throw that in there. Aerosoft and same. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm probably going to take a break eventually from tube liners in general. I've been looking at Just Flight C46 and PMDG's DC6. Maybe have some fun in Alaska and the Northern Territories. Hadn't made up my mind yet. Alright, 109 decimal. What was that? 50. Alright. 50. And basically what we're going to do is first we're going to speed up because our wind's changed. I hope I didn't do anything weird and drop my spoilers or something. I know one fly I was... I'll take the other guy. We're in Endeavor right here. Oh, I'm sure it's coming, Gemini. I'm sure it's coming. They're pumping them out as fast as they get a paint kit for them. So I don't think the official paint kit's out, as a matter of fact. I think what they've been doing, they've been kind of throwing something together, for a lack of better words, and making it work. But I mean, this one here is solid. I mean, just super solid airframe. Toga. I'd like to try to keep 0.72, but I think my temps changed a little bit, which probably did, because now we're coming out of that cold front that just rolled through here, so we're probably definitely hitting some warmer air. And I say warmer, it's still negative, God knows whatever, but we're probably hitting some warmer air, and the molecules are more further apart, which does not help the production of thrust. I'm not going to force her though. I'm going to bring her back. I'll bring her back to like 87, something like that. See if she'll level out there. And this is one thing I like about RJs. I'm not, you know, also, you're not I'll tell you what, Gemini, I'll tell you what you do, because all those paints are the same paints I'd fly. Throw that up on the Aerosoft forum, the repaint request forum, and just write a complete list, because those are all live. If they put those out right there, I'm done. I don't need anything else. Don't need anything else. I'm good. The only thing I would like to see is well, you know what? It's already out. Never mind. The old Northwest livery, which XJ operated back in the day for Northwest, and yeah. Did you see SkyWest, the new livery? Have I seen it? I think I have. I'm not sure. I'm looking myself, because I've probably seen it, just didn't pay attention to it. You know what? I think I've seen. No, I have not. I have not. I thought I did, but I have not. What about VC lighting? Are able to disconnect the panel lights in order to get a dark VC? Raul, not yet, sir. That is also a issue that I have. Because personally, me, I like a dark cockpit at night, and no, not yet. But the issue has been reported, and I'm thinking what Hans is probably trying to do is trying to get everything stable, get all the navigation based issues out of the way, and then at that point, you know, he'll focus on textures and lighting and stuff like that. Because yeah, that is kind of a big deal for me, especially at night. Because what happens? Let me show you what happens is when you turn on the integrated lighting, it apparently turns on like the floods here, and it also turns on the cabin lighting in the back, which honestly I can do without the whole cabin light deal. But yeah, that did kind of frustrate the poo out of me. I'm like, dang it, why couldn't I just left it simple? I mean, I could, yeah, I'm not a... Is this game available for Steam? Unfortunately, no, Lunatic. It's only available for via Lockheed Martin's. Wow, via Lockheed Martin's website. So let me see. I don't think if you go to LockheedMartin.com you find it, but go to like Google like Lockheed Martin Prepare 3D, and it's probably one of the first ones up. Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, it did kind of, that did definitely frustrate me. Able to listen to the forums. Yeah, they're pretty good, especially like the repaints, because I know, like I said, there's one guy on there, Steve Draw. He's constantly putting out liveries from you know, regional operators that we all know and love. You know, SkyWest, PSA, you know, Endeavor, all those guys, and I mean they're awesome. I mean he has some. He also did some PMDG paints. They're just, you know, it's just, you know, makes you want to cry almost. I mean, it's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. But no, he does a really good job, and he's always trolling. I'm not trolling, but he's always following the forum. So yeah, man, throw it on there, man, so somebody can get those colors out, because that would be amazing. Alrighty, 196 miles. I'll start my descent about 170. Where do I put that? Let's see. Liveries, repaints. Aerosoft. There we go. Hold on, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. Model animation, repaints, repaint request. Bam! Here you go, Gemini. I'm about to give you the front door, buddy. Bam! That's your front door. It should take you right to it. Right through the front door. But yeah, next time, guys, don't be surprised if you see me in like a de Havilland Beaver or, you know, DC6 or something. I just been having this like radial engine bug, so don't be surprised next stream if you see something like that. Or you might see the CRJ again. I don't know. It really just depends on how I feel that day. I watched, what was it, Age of Airplanes or something like that. The DVD, and I was like, man, I haven't flown a radial engined aircraft in like forever. I know, I don't know how long you guys have been around flight sim, but this was like a year or so ago. I'll be out of the war. Give them some time, Gemini, and I'm sure they will. I mean, they've like, even for their Airbus, I mean, pretty much every livery you can possibly think for an Airbus is right there. So, all right, let's see what we got going on. All right, looks like she's trying. It looks like she drifted off a little, and is trying to still. You know, she's tracking, but as soon as she crossed SQS, which is Sidon, as soon as she crossed SQS, she was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure." But looks like she's trying to recapture it. Yeah, looks like she's trying to recapture it. And, you know, like I always say, you know, when in doubt, if it's not working out, if this isn't doing what you're supposed to do, slap her in heading mode and, you know, just get there. So, you know, don't let it ruin your experience. You know, just, I mean, ultimately, you know, you are the PIC. So, you know, if you got to fly the bloody thing in heading mode, then you have to fly the, or from 2015. Yeah, I believe it, because this airplane has been in development since then and actually well past that. So yeah, you're probably going to see some super old repaint requests. When in doubt, slew mode. Slew mode Alfred. You know what, Jim? I laugh, but I have done that. You know, you're like, you know, come heck or high water, if the creek don't rise, I will shoot my approach at this airport. You just freaking just slew it all the way there, you know, and just line up and just get the thing over with. You know, the immersion is already gone. You're just trying just to stop the bleeding. You know, just finish it. So yeah, I totally get you on that. But yeah, that's this guy, she's been in development for over 8 years. I don't even know if many of you guys remember Digital Aviation, but they put out some. They put out a Fokker 100/70 model that has yet to be surpassed. And matter of fact, the thing doesn't even have a Oh, cool. Yeah, remember the thing that you have a virtual cockpit, but as far as systems, I mean, it's one of the best that's out there. And the lead developer is the same lead developer in charge of the CRJ. And the only difference is he's not working with a full team like he did. He's pretty much by himself. So it took close to 7 or 8 years, and I think finally Aerosoft took over and um, it got under different project management, and before you know it, what we got. So like I said, guys, it'll get better. It'll get better. Like I said, if there's nothing else to satisfy the itch and you just can't wait, go ahead and buy it. I don't think you'll regret it. Just fly it. Get the most fun you can out of it, and then a couple months from now, I mean, we'll be she'll be solid. I mean, she'll be good to go. So. Alrighty, looks like we're about 151 out, so I'm going to go ahead and we're not really flying a SID in. I mean, 9 times out of 10, we'll probably get vectored down anyway, as there are no SIDs for Birmingham, so we'll just roll this on back, and I'll probably roll it back to like 12,000 for right now. And reduce the power. I typically try to reduce it to about 70%, and let the airplane settle at that point. Babysitting and streaming, once again, do not mix. Don't try it, ladies and gentlemen. Just do not try it. I'm getting crazy with this hotfix. Let's see here. I would like to airline after high school and college. Buddy, if that's your thing, man, heck, go for it. Go for it. I mean, they are offering all kinds of programs for, especially regionals. They're offering all kinds of programs for regional pilots now, and the pay has gotten significantly better since I started. What gate did you take off from? Honestly, being those default DFW scenery, it was a medium gate. There was no particular number, sir. I left out of Dallas Fort Worth, and yeah, there was really no particular gate I departed from. Parsa, hey Parsa, what's going on, bud? How's it going? Oh my gosh, quit doing that. Quit doing that. All right, cool. All right, cool. Oh man, not much. Not much at all, brother. Living the dream. Do you work for an airline? Years ago, sir. Years ago. Oh, and if you're wondering as well, JNG, I will be arriving, I think, Bravo 2 for Birmingham. Be an American gate. Bravo 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and reduce that throttle down to about 60. Normally I try to shoot for about 60%. It gives me a decent descent rate, but nothing overly excessive. All right. Yeah, without being overly descriptive, we'll call them Acme Red. So go back through your history of airlines, and whichever carrier carried a red livery and operated out of Eagan, Minnesota, that's what that would be, or who they would be. And it would actually be I worked for a regional carrier who operated, who did operations for that mainline carrier who was red. There you go. I digress. All right, looks like we're coming out 31,000. 2,000 feet per minute. That'll work. That'll work. Let's see. Fuel quantity. Doing awesome on fuel. I thought it was gonna be a little short, but yeah, that's lovely. That's nice. That's nice right there. That's nice. Cool, 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 cool. All right, everything looks good there. Looks good there. Delta Airlines, American. Cool. And Lufthansa. Oh man, yeah, all of those guys are heavy hitters. It should be, and they're always looking for good pilots. So you shouldn't have a problem at all. Find you a good regional carrier. You know, build up time. Don't get picky on equipment. You know, whatever they offer you, fly it, and fly it proudly. And you know, before you know it, man, you'll be my captain one day. And a lot of the guys I started with now, they're at that point in their careers now. They're in 737s and corporate and stuff like that. First, I want to go to Air Force. Oh, cool. That's even better. Nothing wrong with that at all. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have did the Air Force instead of the Army. I went the Army route and ended up getting my ratings through a civilian school. Since at the time that Army was doing this heavy recruiting deal, and I didn't want to go rotary, even though I branched aviation and didn't want to go rotary, so I stayed in air traffic controller, and then I used that to pay for my civilian aviation school and college at the same time. I did both. I did college online and worked and went to school. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Air Force. Air Force is the place to be right now, especially right now. Which I'm sure some of you guys are aware of current events, so yeah, the more the merrier. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna increase my descent rate by doing that. Alright, 269. Sorry, that'll work. That'll work. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I know some people, they get a little aggravated if you work with the airline a long time, airline. Of course, took that route. Yep, you're right. You are right, and I know some regional carriers they also accept lower minimums for prior service guys as well who are in the Air Force. So yeah, that'll definitely be a solid route. So jump in there, man, and do all kinds of cool stuff. All right, coming out 21,000 feet, but yeah, I mean, as far as power management, Chatty beat Ninja 1. Hey, man, how's it going, bud? But yeah, as far as power management is concerned and how the aircraft actually flies, I know we spend a lot of time on systems and fuel logic and, you know, synoptic displays and things like that. But as far as how it actually flies, I've been extremely impressed. Power management is as expected. Still a slippery airplane, so you definitely have to plan your descents. However, I mean, you know, it's, you know, aircraft like this, CRJ, Embraer, and all that. I mean, they force you to use good power management skills and make you stay ahead of the airplane. So there's no auto throttle and things like that. But you know, I mean, honestly, as it should be. I mean, once you know, when you get into larger aircraft and, you know, delays getting longer, you know, sometimes fatigue sets in and it can be a little difficult to stay on top of an airplane. But, you know, as far as like, you know, 2 hours or less, if you're doing 2 hours and less, I mean, you can, you know, you can watch your bloody, you know, your bloody instruments for 2 hours and not, you know, not have, you know, too many issues with that. So, yeah, I mean, FADEC, you know, it does come in handy, you know, makes life a little easier, but, you know, there's, you know, as far as power management is concerned, it's super easy to do. All right, cool, there we go. My family wants me to join the Air Force. Oh, cool. Yeah, my family didn't want me to join the military, period. And granted, this is like 12 years ago, but they didn't want me to join, period. I was like, you know what? You know, if it takes me doing that to be a pilot, then that's what I'm going to do. And lo and behold, you know, but you know, if I could recommend anything, I mean, if that's a goal, do it. But I would highly recommend, if you do, you know, college, if that's the route that you're going to take as well, definitely look at majors that are broad and cover something other than commercial aviation, just in case, you know, because you just never know. You never know, and that's coming from, you know, someone who's been there and done that. You know, I've heard stories of, you know, pilots losing their medical. Something happens, they get injured, they lose their medical. Not to say that they can't get the medical, period, but you know, they can only get like a third class or something like that, which, you know, we all know. In order for, you know, especially Part 135 ops, you gotta have a first class medical, and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just good to have an overall backup plan. You know, can never have too many contingencies. I mean, it's just like aircraft. You know, you got redundant systems. Most systems are redundant. So you know, I try to. If we all lived our lives the way aircraft were designed, I think it'd be a little easier. No, I'm kidding. It's much more complicated, but the more you know. I was in the Air Force. Oh, cool. Cool. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and continue that descent. So I'm going to set my speed selector to 260 knots and let the airplane pitch for 260. Alright, cool. Sorry guys, I wanted to slow down so I could look at this approach plate real quick. You'll hardly ever descend to slow unless something drastic happens. We'll bump it up to 270 till we get about 11,000 feet and then slow down to 240. We're gonna add a little more. Looks like there's the city of Birmingham right out for 12 o'clock there. Oh man, for all you first timers though, welcome. I appreciate you guys swinging by. Makes trips a lot more interesting having someone to talk planes with. So, and all things aviation. Those first timers are welcome. Thanks for swinging by. And if you like it, sub. If not, no worries. I don't chase subs. I don't do this for really anything in particular other than to have fun. So, do I fly any PMDG aircraft? Oh my gosh, yes sir, you are in luck. Most of the time I usually run the 737 series, so you know the usual, the 7, 8, 9 sometimes. Not so much the 9s, but definitely the 7s and the 8s. I fly the crap out of those. Which one? I'm also in the FS Labs A320. I took a little hiatus from it because I'm waiting for the alright, when to go? Let's go ahead and slow down to 240. I gave it a little break because I'm waiting for the version 4 update to come out, and that way I can have it for version 4 because I uninstalled version 3. But yeah, PMDG, I'm in those all the time. I'm actually looking at the DC6, so might have some DC6 content for you guys here soon. Alright, I'm going to idle out those engines there. Alright, now she should catch 240 and start pitching for 240. Oh, no, because I'll tell you why. Alright, I set this for 3,300. There we go. Nope, man, I don't want to do indicate airspeed. I want to do descent. There we go. There we go. It would be nice if they had like shared cockpit capability on this guy, because yeah, it can be overwhelming at times. Alright, so looks like she is going to cool. I went ahead and did 230 instead of 240 because we're about to be hitting the terminal area here in a minute anyway, so I want to try to keep it as slow and tight as possible. And not going to make any sudden power changes until she settles out. And at 230, alright, looks like she's locked in 230 pretty good, so go ahead and remove some of that power. And as I remove the power, in theory, she should increase the rate of descent to maintain 230 knots, since pitch plus power equals performance. So We're not going to use power for airspeed. We're going to use pitch. And that should give us the results we're looking for. Alright, so we're below 10,000 feet. So at this time, we'll go ahead and turn on our landing lights for identification purposes. And there we go. Make sure seatbelt signs on, no smoking, which, well, yeah. Make sure no smoking signs are on. Oh my gosh, OBS. There you go. Alright guys, so in case you just chimed in, not sure where we're heading to, we're actually heading to, we're about to beginning, bless you, we're about to begin our approach into Birmingham, Birmingham's regional airport, located in Birmingham, Alabama. And going to be shooting the ILS runway 24 approach, I believe, unless the winds change, dummy, which lately has been the case.
Birmingham Airport information, Charlie 1811 Zulu, wind calm, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition, no clouds below 20,000. Landing and departing runway 6. VFR aircraft state direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Charlie.
Of course it would change. Of course it would change. Why does that not surprise me? Alright, well let's just go ahead and we'll maintain 5,000 for right now. We might have to we might not. I'm going to see if I can dial it in real quick. Runway 6, and I have no alright. Vectors, execute. A little power. I definitely wanted to slow down now since the winds have shifted and now it's favoring 06, which is cool. Not a huge deal, just gotta change up some stuff. Alright, so I got 06 dialed in there. Now what I want to do, I'm going to try to slow down there to give me a little time to grab my plate for that. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw in, what is it, 110.3, so 110.3. Approach course would be 058. Come on, there we go. And she might not let me do it until I put her in VOR localized mode. Alright, now, will you let me do it? You're gonna let me do it? You're gonna let me do it? Yep, cool. Alright, so, and I just blew right on past it. 058. I'm also trying to scan and watch my speed at the same time. Alright, cool. This is what happens when you get behind the airplane, folks. Alright, so we're going to slow down there. And it looks like our final approach fix will be Kempo at 2,600 feet. So we'll go ahead and work this guy on down to 2,600. And we're just going to run this in vertical speed mode in case I need to expedite. Alright, so I just idle out my engines. We're going to throw this direct. Come on, where are you at? Where are you at? Nope, that's not that. Alright, that's not what I'm looking for. Alright, cool. No worries. No problem. We'll go ahead and manually intercept our final approach fix there. And we'll go ahead and also arm our approach mode. Make sure we got a current altimeter setting. At a little speed. Try to zoom in a little more. There we go. Try not to intercept the localizer on too much of an aggressive intercept. I like to try to do a 45, but if I can make it shallower, I will. This makes it easy for the autopilot. Just to verify, is that right? Yeah, should be it. Nah, source, VR localizer, yeah. Should be it. Okay, that's weird. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna go ahead and disengage. Try not to kill us because the autopilot is not doing what we programmed it to do. So we're going to intervene and manually file the approach. One of those bugs, ladies and gentlemen. So like I say, if you do buy it, just be on the lookout. You know, sometimes your input might not provide the output you're looking for. So just keep your finger by that disconnect button. We're actually a little low as well, so and also I'll verify that as well, but also it could be the ILS freak, which I believe I bought and I hit. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's why it didn't. That's why I did that. Alright, cool. Now it should be right. Should be right. Yeah, Ninja, it's definitely not all the way there. It's been behaving somewhat for me. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's all the way there. I'd be doing you an injustice if I did that. So gear down. Arm reversers. But yeah, definitely be prepared in case it does something weird. And honestly, it could have been me. I'm used to entering your Nav1 freak in actual Nav1 radio instead of the flight management system. So, you know, sometimes if you don't, you know, hit execute or whatever, it doesn't accept it, and you know, it could be just one of those quirks there. So do I have the Aerosoft? I do, but I don't have it installed. Honestly, ever since I bought FS Labs A320, I haven't ran Aerosoft since. So, but they're also very good aircraft. A little power there. Now, looking at my my ILS there, it looks like she's lining out now. So, guys, honestly, I think it was my fault. I'm not gonna put that on the aircraft. Try to aim for the touchdown aiming point markers.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go. All right. Land the rear end, now land the nose. Bloody thing so long. All right. And add constant brake pressure. And I know sometimes, you know, I try to shoot for the earliest available exit, but you know, if she won't do it, she won't do it. There's no point in forcing her. All right, let's go ahead and exit there. Oh yeah, I mean, as far as the amount of models it provides, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and clean up the airplane. Nose wheel's a little touchy, but nothing crazy. Alright, let's try to get the same configured here. Strobe off. APU on. Give it a minute for the doors to open. Let's see. Landings always can be better, but I will tell you, any landing you can walk away from, sir, trust me, is a good one. It is a good one, as you will be surprised. That's Alpha 4. Try to find Bravo 2. You know, I mean, and you know, ultimately, you know, I know we try to make those greasers or anything and all that, and you know, all that's great, but you know, a nice firm landing is really, you know, what you're shooting for. You know, get the weight transfer. You want to accomplish that as early as possible in the landing process. You know, so normally I'll try to aim for the touchdown aiming markers, and you know, sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, but you know, trying to get those greasers, I mean, like I said, that's good, but you know, you want to accomplish the weight transfer as quickly as possible, because there's, I mean, brakes and reversers and everything and all those, I mean, they're only effective if the energy transfer can be accomplished when the weight of the airplane is actually on the wheels instead of on the wings. You know, we'll go ahead and take this because I'm not about to taxi all over freaking Birmingham for it. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll pull in Charlie 5. Turn APU. Yeah, we'll stop it right there. Alright, let's see, go ahead and, whoops. Should have, alright, she's available. Cool. Alright, pumps off. Beacon light off. Probes off. Windshield heat off. This pumps off. And parking brake set. And I don't even know if SODI is active on here, is it? Will it work? Will it work? Operate. Confirm. That's a ginormous. Wow. I don't even know if that's gonna work. It's like, I don't know, but cool. Other than that, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. CRJ, Aerosoft CRJ-900. I was about to say 700. From Aerosoft. Like I said, it's decent, not bad. As far as what we have available to us, you know, this is the best we got so far. So we'll give them a few months, let the software mature, and we reserve our judgment until everything's been finalized. So other than that, guys, if you hate it, loved it, feel free to comment. Let me know what I need to improve on, what I need to do, whatever. And other than that, you know, I'm streaming usually fairly regularly, so be sure to bump that subscribe button if you want to see it again. If not, no worries, still love you anyway. But till then, if you can't be good to yourself, be good to each other, and we'll see you.